everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. Welcome to the Final Cut. Got an interesting film for you today. It is a feature film sequel to Valentine's Day. This is a fan film sequel called A Valentine Bluffs, and it is directed by Tom Smitty Smith. And we get the story of Peter, who, along with his girlfriend Abby, goes to his childhood home to search for his father, who left him and his mom many years ago. He needs to inform his father of a tragedy that's happened in his life that pertains to his dad, TJ. Well, when he gets to this town of Valentine Bluff, he learns of the dark history, why this town really doesn't like Valentine's Day, even though the tragedy that happened in the small town is 40 years past. And we see that some dark family secrets are revealed. All the while, someone in Valentine Bluff is killing folks in the style of the original killer from the 80s. And we see how all of this comes to a head in Valentine Bluffs. Now, this is done with a small budget, and unfortunately some of that small budget aesthetic does come through on the visuals, but where it does have its strength is its concept, its writing, and the story overall. Carrying that storyline from Valentine's Day, this did feel like a natural sequel to the first classic slasher for many respects. Not only the way they wrote it about the characters, but the seriousness they took with it, and the setting and everything. I thought they did very well for the budget they have, with a story that you wouldn't have thought had required a sequel, but they make it work here, and they give it a little bit of an emotional punch, especially with carrying over some legacy characters from the first film. And now, as far as performances go, standout performance for me was Mike Sutton as Sheriff John. I really loved this guy's performance in this role. You felt the weight on his shoulders as he's trying to keep this town together during a very touchy time of year. How the tragedy of 40 years ago still weighs on him because it involved him and his friends at the time, or at least his friends. And yeah, he just overall makes you feel that. I was happy that we got to see a lot of him because he really brings some weight and some seriousness to each of the scenes that he's in. Then we have Lloyd Kaufman making an appearance in here in a kind of reserved Lloyd. He's not as funny as we're usually used to seeing him. He's playing it a little bit more serious a-hole mayor who comes up with a museum that is in very bad taste. Very fitting for the character, but it's just interesting to see Lloyd play it a little bit more straight than we're normally used to seeing Lloyd. And then Jeff Swisher playing TJ, the dad of Peter, and loved his scenes with Peter, played by Joe Quick. Especially the early confrontation scene these two have, I think was really well done. You felt the tension between them, especially as they talk about things and truths come out. They really put in a solid performance between these two, and I enjoyed that scene quite a bit between them. I just wish it was lighted better. Some of the technical aspects of this film may turn some people off to it. The audio is rough in some parts, and the lighting, I wish, would have been a little bit better in some of the scenes. Now, it is a fan-made film, made on a very small budget, so you have to take that into account. But I will say, I just wish some of those scenes were handled just a little bit better. In the scary scenes where you want it dark, yeah, it's great, but some of the other scenes would have liked it to be just a little bit lighter. The practical gore effects and makeup effects look really good in here when they are used. They use them appropriately, and yeah, I love the look of them, very visceral, and it's got an interesting climactic ending that it has a reveal that I kind of saw coming, but I didn't mind, and at the same time, it is a bit tension filled, especially one scene in particular made me squirm just a bit. So there you have it, folks. It's a Valentine Bluff. If you're a fan of Valentine's Day, you may want to check it out to see how these folks can continue the story. Especially, it's not that long. And for an indie film, there's a lot of heart and spirit in it, too, which can go a long way. So thank you for watching. Please check out our Patreon if you haven't already. But the more we can do there, the more we can do here. Also, subscribe, thumbs up, and all that. We're trying to hit 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year, and we can only reach that goal with your help. So thank you once again, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.